let's say if you think it's
Right.
not hurting you, let's say for example, we all speak according to our experience. Let's say maybe I'm struggling at work, and that's why I said, all right, the competition at work is very important. We should not forgive and forget. Let's say Rosie was saying it in from different perspective. So you are saying it from different perspectives. So we all are talking according to what we've actually experienced in that.
Exactly,
So
exactly. It
so
Yeah,
yeah,
reminds me
that's
of
perspective
totally
is
very
very
understandable.
different. Perspective is very different.
it, it
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
like
exactly,
own experience based on own experiences, like pre-perception point of view.
Yeah,
exactly. Is
but
that language is quite
whether it really doesn't matter which
applicable.
perspective we're talking from, as long as we ask ourselves one question: is it hurting you? Is it affecting you in a negative way? If it is, then you have to get rid of the situation.
You know
That's it.
Yeah, you
what
are
what
That's
bothers you.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
no
actually
longer
right.
bothers than you actually overcame that emotion. Well, it will
hmm
no longer affect your life. So that's the
totally,
thing
totally
that we're
agree.
dealing with every in life that we deal with. Something that bothers you, that we have to face it and observe it. What is going on?
Yeah, you are right. The thing is that
observe.
you don't need to hide from it. If you are hiding from a hard situation, it is like,
It's not.
like an ostrich. You are putting your head in the sand, and you say that I don't see anything. That's not the way. You need
No,
you need to face. You
no,
need to
that
face the music. Yeah.
This is actually a very important topic because we face it every day in our lives, right? So, this is kind of a day to day situation we have to face every day. Like, oh, I didn't like that person in my office. All right, I had a big massive fight with my sibling or my neighbor. So we generally face this kind of situation literally every day. So what we're talking now is very important for us, for people who are listening to us. So for everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
mm.
I'm gonna have
So,
to go
And
now.
okay,
Nash,
Marshall was last.
Nash, Lululu, why you are quiet?
Two
Uh,
matches here,
Rosie,
so be careful.
before
Actually,
you
Nas
guys
and
continue,
Nash is only eight.
Okay, Martian.
all right, I'm
yeah.
gonna go. I'm gonna
Okay,
head
well,
outside,
you,
guys.
Martin,
alrighty. Take
really,
care,
it's a
Okay.
Martian.
nice
It's great to
conversation.
hear from you
Please
again.
join whenever you have
Let's
time
have
to
another
join.
No worries.
conversation
Thanks,
later on.
Rosie.
It's a great
Take
pleasure.
care.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Nas. Nas.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your precious comments and your precious feedback. Thank you.
It was an absolute delight. Thank you.
Thank you.
You deserve.
Gratitude.
Gratitude, yes. And then ego coming from this low consciousness to survive. When our ego is hurt, you try to protect, okay? You try to make it better, to compensate it. Yeah, we do that a lot in our daily, life because our ego is afraid.
Oppo, I have a question. What is the
Okay.
exactly difference between, it's not verbally familiar, it's a very clear about the ego and self-respect? How do we feel, okay, this is my ego or my self-respect? I am talking about
You
myself only.
there are terms, right? I even use like a egoistic is a bit different, right? But
Yeah.
our ego is a mind and body, okay?
Mhm.
Our own unique mind body that try to survive, and you have your own thought and mind, right? That's what ego is. But what in the lower part of the ego is doing automatically is to survive. There's always survival. Okay, try to protect yourself from the environment. Okay, try to survive. That's the ego does that. Okay, but when it comes to spirituality in higher self or energy, okay, you never disappear. Energy never destroyed. You just transit from one state to another. But ego is like, thinking that you're dying and you disappear, right? So you always try to survive and protect yourself, then win as well, to be better than other people, compete all the time. And if that is bothering you, okay, in your life, that is something that you have to take care of.
Okay.
If it doesn't, okay, then move on. It's helping you to, move on to the next level. So self-centered is something that I use too. Like, it's okay to be self-centered. I mean, it's the best of love, form of love. Like,
Self-centered. Just I want to correct is the self-respect. Sometimes we feel why some person not addressing me, why I address, maybe she or he not want to talk to me. So this is my self-respect. But maybe for somehow they think about it's my ego. If someone not addressing me, I also not address. Maybe some ego. So the hairline difference between self-respect or ego is a correct or something big difference?
is it bothering you? That's the first thing. For me, like egoistic or this, like, self-respect, or what you're saying is like that you try to see the differences, right, between two.
Mm-hmm.
But what's important is there, like, is it bothering you, or it's not
Okay.
bothering you?
Okay. Okay. So it means self-respect is never bothering, but ego is bothering you. Some other
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
it
Okay.
may be some other, just like some other action or emotion, but it's bothering. Yeah, correct.
Yes.
I think like when we say that you are having a ego, like ego is very, we cannot live or survive without ego. But when we
Exactly.
talk about ego, then actually we are talking about all those things which give us negative vibes
Negative
and
way. Okay. Mhm.
yeah, negative vibes, and which turn us into not the best version of ourselves. So anything that make us reactive in a way that is not our best version, that means that in that uh, action we are doing something egoistically. So
Mhm.
for that reason, like in that particular context, we can say that ego is enemy. Ego is the biggest enemy towards your progress. If you are having that kind of uh, thing in you that is reactive
Mhm.
because
Yes.
of your negative vibes, then you cannot progress further in your developmental mind developmental phase. So that is
Exactly.
how I categorize. While self-respect is very important, self-respect is totally different. Self-respect is that you maintain your honor, you maintain your respect. If you don't have self-respect for yourself, then eventually you will feel really very bad, and you will feel that your life is having no meaning. So self-respect is equally important, while to get rid of uh, negative egoism is also very important. So these are two different polarities which we need to balance ourselves, and exactly that is which give us a term self-actualization. So self-actualization is to get rid of our negativities and to to progress ourselves in the true respect that arise from yourself. For example, if I am looking to mirror, and if the whole world tell me that Nasir, you are an ugly person, you worth nothing, but when I see to myself in the mirror and I respect the person who I see in the mirror, that means that I'm
I'm
self respecting
self-respecting.
myself, and I love that person, and I love the consciousness of that person, not from the eyes of somebody else, but from the eyes of myself towards myself.
Yep.
Yes.
From the self. from the top of this consciousness, everyone has, their journeys, and they have all potential. So that's why I respect, but it also includes a self-respect or self-centered in the same way. Like
Hello,
if you are self-centered. Hi, 안녕, Raj.
hello,
Okay.
hello, Raj. Yeah.
Hello, Raj.
Yeah, sometimes you become selfish in a way. Okay.
Yes, correct.
And you, without being selfish, you don't know what selfish means in a life. So it includes everything, like being progressing, like every step of the way, like you're surviving and experiencing pain and suffering, and being aware of who you are, what you want in your life. Okay, these are all like self-centered.
But
Yeah, you're
sometime,
right.
Nas,
Also, like I want to
sometime,
include another
but
thing,
you know,
and that is
Nas, sometime we just lost our self-worth also in our own eyes. So, how to overcome that? The question is that what we understand about ourselves
Okay.
is correct. The question is
Yeah.
that sometimes we are in
Exactly.
an illusion. Sometimes we are in fake world. Suppose nowadays I give my own example and very real example. My old phone is a Vivo 25 or
Okay.
something like. They are
Mhm.
already in like beautification camera is there in inner. I am not just go any Photoshop, but whenever I just talk to my kids video call, so I feel, oh, I am looking very young, but that
Mhm.
that mobile is lost, and I just purchased second mobile. It is Samsung. There is not it's a more expensive, more good, everything is good,
Mhm.
but there is not beautification camera. So I just
Mhm.
open, and I feel I am more 5 years more age, you know.
Yep.
But
I
yeah,
understand that.
our illusion, our fakeness. So what kind? It's my always I think that point, and my thought is always go to that point. What I know, self love, self respect, just like self esteem, self worth, but it's really align this the well crafted structure, a well proven structure. Yeah, just according to ourselves. The question is that. So many time I feel what I think that
Mhm.
not happen.
But
Really.
if you act, yeah, I get you, Rossi, what you mean. Like if you don't have that experience of manifesting your life,
Mm,
like for example, to make your beauty younger, right?
mhm,
Okay, you cannot lie to yourself. You're
mm,
getting old, right? You see those things, then you accept it, right? That's like when you say when you see the nature. But when you actually realize that you have this God within you, can do anything and make yourself like a 5 years younger,
mhm,
then you will respect yourself, the self. I'm talking about the self within you, which can make anything possible in you. But without that experience, what we are doing, self-respect, is just, you know, consolation. Okay, I'm getting younger, or giving yourself like self-respect, saying, okay, that appearance is not everything. Okay,
yeah,
it's okay.
the
Okay,
self-worth. Yeah.
what do you call it? Yeah, you're actually trying not to see those things. Okay, so until we actually realize what's within and experience and manifest those things in our reality, we actually, what we are doing is like pretending. I mean, we know we're not actually, we can't fake ourselves, right? We know where we are, and the body knows too, especially the body. Okay,
hello,
so we can
yeah.
sense.
Also, I'm having a question related to this. Like, my question is that, do you fear aging because you think that when you will age, then you will have less friends, that you will
Now,
have not.
if really I am fear about that, why I open that insight about myself? Because I
No, no,
really
I know. Just
hmm,
like it is a curious question that
Uh-huh.
whether you
no,
are
I
fear
feel
of
you know what
aging
I feel
because you will
about
lost,
yeah.
attention of others, or is it because of something else?
No,
Like
no.
many times we give meaning to different fears. Like
Yes.
if it is based on that fear, that maybe when I say that now I'm getting old, and now not many people will accept me, and they will not talk to me like the way they used to talk to me. So uh, you need to detect that fear, that
Mhm.
where from where that fear is coming inside you. Only when you detect that fear, then you can do something about it.
No, but what
I
happened?
don't
If
think it's
I
a
just
fear.
change again mobile in Vivo, then that time it's a reality. I fear about my age. Otherwise, I just give my insight. Oh, sudden I am 5 years, elder, and just like I talk to my daughter, beta, how is camera? Well, Mama, your wrinkle is very visible. It means it's a fine. Okay, great. Just like give, but if I want to change that camera or that device, that time I really think about that. I am fear about that person. Otherwise, if you ask me personally, I accept my age in very gracefully. And I feel if I told some person I am 47 years old, and he or she like surprise is a more, more worthful as compared to fake camera or fake photograph. So it is something different, but I give that example, live example. It's
Mhm.
not about me, it's like about all person who are
Yes.
suffering or who are indulging her or his self, it, which kind of illusion you not figure out.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I
Yes.
totally agree. It is quite courageous.
yeah,
Like if you bring that kind of question into discussion, because not many people
yeah.
can do that. They
So,
hide
yeah,
uh,
so, Nash, give me
their
1 minute. Just
fears.
welcome to three. As welcome back, Nash, Joseph, and I am not able to see third one. Who is this?
You, you.
Philanthropist. Philanthropist.
Philanthropist. Oh my God, it's a pronunciation so tough.